Hello, everybody. So I'm back with an update, my week 3 update to my vegan and alkaline fasting type of technique we're doing here. All right. So, something I forgot to mention earlier is that if you break your fast with something super unhealthy like hot Cheetos or like a Starbucks like sugary coffee or anything like that, if your cravings get that bad and you go eat like meat or anything like that, you're gonna get really sick, okay? If you've been practicing this for like a week or two, like, yeah, you're gonna get really sick. You're gonna start throwing up, all right? So be mindful of that. If you're gonna break your fast, if you get too hungry, then you should just go eat something vegan, okay? At week 2, week 3, I still have pretty itchy skin. I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that. Um, I've been feeling really euphoric lately. I've been feeling really good. As soon as I when exercising, I did not spell that correctly. I can't spell. But yeah, I feel really euphoric when I am up and walking around and exercising. That's when I start feeling the best, especially when I'm not eating. So, when you're not eating and fasting for a long time, and then you get up on your feet and you go do some exercise, or like you go to work when you're hungry, it feels really good. It's really nice, okay? Um, it does feel incredible, especially since you've been eating so clean for so long. Yeah, it really does feel really, really, really good. Okay, and so from how good I've been feeling, it's led to me taking more interest into more creative ideas. I was already pretty creative. Of course, my North Node is in Leo, so I can already be naturally creative. But the thing is like I would get really sad when I thought of my creative ideas because like I can't finish this or I can't do that or I'm gonna get too tired, I'm gonna get burnt out or anything like that. But since I do feel so good now, I feel like I believe in myself more and I can do anything I want to do. Um, so that's really nice. I was feeling pretty hopeless right there. Okay. So I have my week 3 pictures, and my skin is still pretty bad. Actually, when I started this, my skin did not instantly get better. My skin is doing like a purge right now, so within the first 2 weeks of me starting this, my skin actually got worse. My acne got worse, and that's like a skin acne purge, and it should take 2 to 4 weeks to clear out. So, like I said the last time, I'm pretty sure my skin was just like, let's clear out everything that's been like maybe hiding dormant or anything like that. I'm not a professional though. We should see more results soon. Week 3 too looks bad. And something really interesting is that when I get home from work and I like check myself, right? Because the author of the Celestial Tablet, the author of all those things, which I have my links in the description, um, he said that he doesn't like have BO anymore. And so I was checking for that. And after like a long day of work, my armpits still smell like my deodorant, like how it should smell. Like I know what my armpits smelled like before I was doing this, and it smelled pretty bad. But after a long day of work, it's like it actually still smells like my deodorant and less like sweat, okay? So, like, that was really interesting for me to see that. So, I'm like, wow, it's actually working. I'm actually clearing out. I haven't eaten meat for 3 weeks, no cheese for 3 weeks. And so I feel really, really good. And I'm actually pretty surprised. Like, the thing that helps me feel it the most, this is like the way that you're supposed to be breathing. Um, Remember, breathe in through nose and out mouth. And that's not like only for meditation. That's like when you're exercising, when you're doing anything, when you're just going about your day, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and feel free to like go as hard as you can through the nose. Um, that's really nice. All right, that you can feel it hit you much harder. It just, it's very nice. It's very nice. Um, So I made a few rules for myself to make my fasting a bit easier. So no eating in public, no eating in front of people, and say no every time someone offers food. When I was a kid and I was fasting without even knowing it, like that's what I would do. I would be like, I would not eat in front of my friends. I thought it was gross. I didn't want anyone seeing me eat or anything. Even when I was like at my friend's house, I still didn't eat. I didn't want to. And people would offer me food sometimes until they like got tired of it, and I'd just be like, no, 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 no. Um, but yeah, that was my fasting. That's what made my fasting a lot easier for me. Okay, so I have my pictures warning right here. I have this is my purge. All right, we're still getting rid of all this underneath stuff. It's pretty gross looking, sorry about that, but I will be taking pictures. So yeah, see, it got worse before it's gonna get better. Again, right, it takes 4 to 6 weeks for your skin to clear up after a purge. So, we're just getting rid of all this. We're doing that. But as soon as week 6 comes by, we're going to be really clear, like naturally very clear. So I'm excited about that. All right. So week 3, the week 3 check-in. Any more updates? So a few interesting things happened. So I've had less cravings, less like I don't want burgers anymore. I don't want pizza anymore because at this point in week 3, this is the point where it's like I know how good this is for my body. Eating organic, non GMO, Dr. Sebi list, okay? It has made me feel so good that I started getting really emotional. And I can get deeper into that topic later, but like, I like now that your body is learning how good it feels to eat organic, non-GMO, natural foods. Um, when it gets used to it, you get a lot less cravings. Um, if like I'm really bored, I try to like play some type of video games, like on my phone or anything like that, or like on my computer, whatever. Try to have some video games around so you just don't have to think about it. All right. Like a really addicting one where you find yourself forgetting to eat. Oh, I forgot to eat. I've been in the game for so long. That's gonna be your best bet right there to help you. Um, yeah, your body is starting to learn like, wow, this is that I feel good. I feel like a freaking sunflower. I feel amazing. And now this is where you start to realize like, wait, I don't want a hamburger. I don't want a pizza. That sounds like really horrible because like you start thinking about all the grease. You start thinking about how slow and greasy you feel after that, and it's like, no, like I would never go back. I could never go back from that. Okay. So I went to work. I've had a lot less cravings every time I've been to work except for like today. Cuz I didn't have time to make my alkaline tea before work, so I did eat today, but every time I go to work, I bring my alkaline tea, right? And um I just don't eat anything all day, and I feel fantastic. Like, for real. I just have so much energy and I get happy. Like, there are like times at work where I'm like I have to stand all day at work. I'm on my 2 feet at work. Like, I don't, my stomach does not growl, okay? I'm not like, "Oh, come on, lunch. I want to sit down. Come on, I want to eat. I'm so hungry." No, like that doesn't happen to me. And that's the thing that really made work so hard for me in the past is like, "Oh, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to sit down, I want to eat already. Come on, come on, come on. I can't wait, can't wait." But it's like that's not happening anymore. Like, I could go for a long time now. That's the most useful thing, is like making my workday more enjoyable and like more bearable. That's what really has helped me the best. It's incredible. That's what I like the most about it right now. It's like I don't care about my break. I don't care about sitting down. Like, seriously, you are now a machine. Yeah, I think we get that. All right? No burnout, no hunger during the workday. Time went by quickly and it was not so boring. Like I said, like there were times at work where I just like feel this overwhelming like wave of happiness, and like I'm supposed to be hungry, I'm supposed to be tired, but you're not. You just like, "Oh, I'm excited, I'm having fun, I'm having a good day, I'm smiling." You're not just like, "Oh, come on, I'm just waiting for this to be over." No, it's not like that. Like, I really wish other people like knew. Like, this is why the government doesn't want you to like know this, you know? Because it's just so good. It's really useful. And I want to just like, I know, I want to talk to my coworkers about it. I want to talk to like everybody about it, but like, it's it's not like it's out of topic, you know? It's not like our regular work day. I feel like I'm harassing people. Yeah, I would feel like I'm harassing people too much, so I kind of keep it to myself. Oh, even my coworkers were asking, like, "Hey, you're not eating lunch. Hey, you don't want anything to eat?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fasting. No, I'm vegan. I can't eat that, you know?" And so I did mention it a little bit. And so they're like, "All right, all right. Yeah." Um, yeah, the government does not want, the reason why no one knows about this, and like I could be talking to you this about this right now and nobody would believe me. Like, there are people who are really skeptical about these things, and the reason why is because the government and the inorganic leaders, the reptilian leaders, um, the animal minded like leaders, they don't want the general public knowing about this because they wanted to harvest our energy. They wanted to control us. They don't, like, they have some type of demonic like thing that they're doing. They're like worshiping demons and feeding them. So that's why they don't want us feeling good and feeling clean and feeling light and spiritual and high vibrational. They don't want us doing that because they have like demon contracts and things like that. So that's why nobody knows about this. Nobody is doing this. But I guarantee, like, that felt good. All right? That felt good. And, you know, I would just say be careful with your fasting. Like, I haven't eaten meat for 3 weeks. Because the thing that the best advice I can give you right now is, yeah, be careful with your fasting. Hold on. Yeah. If you think that you're fasting for too long or you get really hungry, I would just say just eat something as long as it's alkaline, as long as it's vegan, as long as it's on this Dr. Sebi list. And I actually went on Google and I looked up the Dr. Sebi list, and there's this like brown paper list that's like that has like a few more things, but it still is the Dr. Sebi list, the one that I showed you earlier. That was like a smaller list, a smaller, simpler list. But this one on the brown paper, this has a few more items on it and it's still really good. Okay, it's Dr. Sebi's Cell Food and Nutritional Guide. This one has a few more options on there. So, um, this brown sheet of paper is good. Okay, that's Dr. Sebi. He's the guy that made this. Oh, my bad. That's all my creative ideas. My bad. Um, what else? And I had another thing that I was like thinking of. Damn. I don't know. But so I got a new dandelion tea for intention. Of course I told you from the demonic attacks that I was experiencing. They really did mess with my finances. Of course, that's what demons do. The thing that I actually noticed when you're getting attacked by high ranking demons, because you are so light, you are a being of light, but you don't know how to control it, or like you don't know, because that's how bad things happen to good people, right? Is that they are good people, they are beings of light, but the government was so dark that they didn't want to teach people how to protect their light properly with proper veganism and mineral teas and all those things. And so the demons actually will figure out what your north node is. So, say for example, mine is in Leo. Leos love expensive things. And so, what the demons did to try to keep me down was they were messing with my money, which is, you know, the most devastating thing to happen to a Leo because they're so creative. They love having nice things. And it's just really depressing for a Leo to have nothing, no money. So that's where the demons really got to me. That's where the demons really messed me up. Okay, so I'm pretty sure whatever your north node is, the demons are going to be attacking that the most because the north node is like your highest self type of thing. Okay, something like that. But so, yeah, I've been pretty poor lately, and the new dandelion tea for money is absolutely delicious. I love dandelion tea. And I got my moringa tea, and then they both have cinnamon in them. Cinnamon's good. And then we have pepper on the Dr. Sebi list. Is I don't know if like black pepper is like okay though. Anyways, yeah, we're the thing with your intention teas, they could take a while. Yeah, my finances are getting a little bit better these days. Um, it's a long story. It's really personal. I don't want to get into it, but things are looking like slightly better. Where I'm trying to see like how like okay, when you're manifesting money into your life, when you want to get richer and get out of like debt and poverty, those things could like manifesting this if you're doing everything right, it could take like months or like a year or something depending how down bad you are. It could like take up to a year or a few years or anything like that, but um I'm going to give that one a little bit more time for my manifestations to come in, okay? um I'm already seeing results right now though. It happened pretty quickly. Before I was even vegan, my manifestations were pretty powerful. I can go into my life story if you guys really wanted to, but that's like a story for another time. Um, I tried a few new recipes that still need a bit of work. Okay, so like I said earlier, that Alkaline cookbook, um, their recipes are a little weird. Okay, you gotta kind of compromise in a few things. Like sometimes it calls for way too much cayenne pepper, and cayenne pepper is like really spicy. They tell you to put a bunch in there and it ruins the whole thing, okay? So be careful of that. And like too much water for a batter and like dough, it's like way too watery. Or like this spelt flour, like the special flour that you're supposed to be using, it absorbs way too much water, and like you need to like put more in, or like it doesn't bake correctly. So you need to make your batter a little bit more watery before you cook it, because it doesn't it doesn't cook right sometimes. So things like that, you just really gotta like work with it and try it, trial and error. Start in like small batches if you're gonna make anything. Like kind of like make half a recipe so you don't waste all your expensive ingredients, because again, you're not supposed to be eating that much. You're supposed to be eating like at the most one time per day. So that's why things aren't actually expensive as they look. Okay, so some of these health foods can be really expensive on the shelf, but considering that you're eating like one time a day and then maybe three times a week when you're a professional faster, then it's really not that expensive. You're only taking a little bit out of that whole thing. You get the math, right? I think we can all understand that type of math. Um, so yeah, I made things like pizza pockets, but they're like cheeseless. So it's like you use spelt flour dough, grapeseed oil, not butter. You're supposed to use like oil and then like water it and knead it into a dough, roll it out, and then you add like a filling of like mushroom, zucchini, tomato, like oregano, basil, and that was pretty good. And like you kind of like put it in a pocket and like put the dough over it and like smash it down with a fork. That was pretty good. I do like those ones. um but yeah, you kind of like have to make the recipe your own. It gives you like good ideas, but you gotta make it your own. I made like blueberry muffins. I made onion rings, which didn't like turn out too good. The thing with like frying things like fried mushroom or onion rings, you need to use a lot of grapeseed oil for that, and I kind of don't like doing that. So I kind of limit my fried, but if you're gonna make anything fried, I would do the fried oyster mushroom. That one was really, really, really good. Okay, the vegan sushi is really good. The only thing I say is like use white jasmine rice. Don't use like wild rice or anything. It doesn't like taste good. Um, I made pancakes. I made date and walnut cookies. I even did like the date and walnut, and like there was like hemp seed in there too. I made that into muffins. I made squash mashed potatoes, which was really good. And then I made chickpea curry that was really good too. So even though the Dr. Sebi list, okay, it looks like it's limited, okay? But there's like enough ingredients on the list to really get creative and start making something like really awesome, okay? So I don't know, people get really scared of thinking about a limited diet, thinking that they can never do this. I like eating meat too much, I like cheese too much, which I was the same way, but when you look at this, like, okay, like it's like a cooking show. Have you ever seen that cooking show that's like you have this set of ingredients and you need to make something amazing with it, okay? That's what this is. You have this set of ingredients. You can only use these ingredients. And you need to be strict, right? Only these ingredients ever. Like you can't just like throw in a bunch of random stuff when you want to. It has to only be these ingredients. And so you need to work with it, right? Work with it, try to make something good, and you can. There's like there are flours that are like grains, yeah, like quinoa, rye. You can make rye bread, you can have spelt flour, amaranth flour, chickpea flour. Just as long as you have like those flours that you could use, it's like you can do anything with them. You can do anything. So another thing that I found useful was that I would go to like Sprouts or Whole Foods, and I would look at their frozen section, and just you have to double check and like make sure it says organic on the package, okay? For stuff that's like out of season. So if you can't find cherries, if you can't find like mangoes or peaches, like I couldn't find any of those things. They're out of season, I think. And like you just buy them frozen. I think, in my opinion, Whole Foods has a better selection of frozen organics rather than Sprouts. Okay, I was able to find more things at Whole Foods. So that's like a really easy way to get your fruits if you just I can't find them anywhere. They're not like sold fresh. So you can just go buy frozen. That's all right. You can thaw it. You can like put it in a Tupperware and leave it in your fridge overnight, and then you can like have a fruit cup in the next day. All right. So that's pretty useful to know. That's a good pro tip. So yeah, there was one of these days that I had to work late, 10 plus hours. I had to work over 10 hours and I felt pretty good. I didn't eat anything in the morning. I didn't eat anything all day. I had 1 cup of alkaline tea all day, and then I had some mineral water. I felt good. Like, okay, at the end of the day, I had a bit of a headache and I wanted to like rest a little bit, but I had a small headache, but I did not take any medicine. No ibuprofen, no Tylenol. I just went to bed after that and I woke up and I felt amazing. I'm like, "Hey, my headache's gone," which is like actually pretty amazing for me because when I go to bed with a headache, like I wake up and it's still there, but this time it wasn't there anymore, and I felt pretty good about that. I was like, wow, what a relief, because I know those headaches, they don't go away. So yeah, I felt pretty good. I felt like I had a good workout, a small headache, I went to bed, wake up, I'm completely fine, and I felt good. I don't know, I felt pretty good. All right, let's wrap this up with my last thoughts. So, yeah, this is the part where I'm getting less cravings. I start to feel amazing and euphoric, especially when I need to perform well at work. It makes me emotional to feel so good. Yeah, like, I wish I could tell everybody how good this is. Like, when people think about veganism, they're like, ah, whatever. Nah, I like eating meat. This is a joke. I'm being funny. I like meat. Ha 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 ha. But guys, seriously, like, it kind of feels really, really good. Like, I don't know how to, like, I just wish I could show you, like, how euphoric and how happy it feels. Like, it actually makes me really excited, like, but I know there's a lot of people who are like, nah, I would never go vegan. I like eating meat too much. And this, like, I'll make memes about it and I'll make jokes about it. But this, I feel so good to where it's not a joke. I feel so good. This is not a meme, guys. This is not a meme. I feel too good. Like, this is good. There were times where I was like, wow, I did not expect it to be this satisfying, okay? And it's just like plain entertaining to be like, okay, well, we have to use these specific ingredients only and try to make something amazing. It's like, it's a project to me. Like, this is like a creative project. Of course, my North Node is in Leo. I love getting creative. I even have Taurus in my chart as well. I like cooking. I want to get creative. I want to cook something. I want to make something new. Like, I'm curious about it. I got Gemini have heavily aspected in my chart. I'm curious, like, I'm curious, what's it gonna be like? What is this gonna taste like? It it tastes like gold. When I make vegan dishes, it tastes like gold, man. It tastes like I'm eating like gold. I don't know. I I wish, like, it's like one of those things where I'm just like, you know what, try it. It's euphoric. It's amazing. Like, anyways, I plan on buying, this is like a note for later. I want to buy non-plastic, no non-stick cookware, no plastic cookware. Silicone is okay, all right? And the reason why is because the plastic kind of like cuts off all the energy from the food and the water. So you want to stay away from plastic in the kitchen, no plastic water bottle, but a good alternative to this is like a glass water bottle. I've like seen people with glass water bottles, okay? And you can fill that up with canned water. I do plan on buying a filter like that later. Those filters are really crazy. I have the link in the description so you can check one out and learn more about it. Those things are pretty interesting. I really hope you guys want to check one of those out. But they are really expensive, so I'm saving up. I still got my Evan water, my Evan mineral water, the brand EVIAN, I think. I don't know where it is, but yeah, that's a pretty good brand. Or my Flow water. Flow is okay. Um, Still have my spring water alkaline tea. Of course, when you're buying water, you gotta buy the jugs of spring water. Yeah, it kind of sucks for the environment and like recycling and all those things, but it's a good way to. It's a cheaper way than the canned water if you can't afford one right now. Okay, so yeah, I would just have the bottles, recycle them until you can actually afford the canned water filter. Again, please check that out. It's really interesting, okay? Meat takes 3 to 4 months to completely clear out. So at the 3 and 4 month like mark, okay, which is like, let me think, like 12 weeks or something like that, we will start looking at we'll start like seeing like is all the meat really like filtered out of my body, like how is it, right? Your skin takes 4 to 6 weeks to purge out. When you're like starting new skincare or like a new diet or anything like that, your skin is like freaking out right now, but hopefully by 4 to 6 weeks at that time, we'll actually start to look a little bit more clear. I'm excited for that, okay? My skin is still pretty itchy. That hasn't stopped. Okay. Oh yeah, like I feel less jittery because I stopped having coffee, but matcha tea is okay, yeah. I'm not having like all those caffeine crashes anymore. Like I just feel really good. I man, I wish people knew. I wish the government didn't have demonic contracts and was just like, no, hey guys, like this is it. This is how you're supposed to live. This is the right way. Like, don't listen to anyone else. This is it. I don't know. The government just doesn't love people. I don't know. But yeah, if you bring an alkaline tea to work, you don't have to eat lunch. You don't want to leave early. Your stomach is not growling. Um, and the longer I fast, the more euphoric I feel. So, yeah, like again, I know I've been like ranting about how euphoric I am. Okay, I'm not lying to you. I promise. Like, I can't go back now. I don't think I could ever go back. Yeah, the longer I fast, the more euphoric I feel. Um, if you break the fast while you're at work, yeah, don't break fast while at work. You kind of feel a little bit like slower, okay? So if you're at work and you want to break your fast during your lunch break, I would advise you not to. Try not to break your fast at work. Um, yeah, just don't break your fast at work because it slows you down. It makes you feel like way more weighed down. It kind of doesn't feel too good and it kind of ruins your whole like energetic euphoria feeling. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And I will be back at week 4 in another week, like maybe around the 17th this month, to talk about. Oh, we're gonna talk about our Yule shopping list and all those things. We're gonna talk about we're gonna like check in for week 4 next time. And then we also have something really special, is going to be our Wheel of the Year holidays, which are better than regular traditional holidays. The Wheel of the Year holidays are like mathematical, with like the planets and the seasons and like the coming of the seasons in a mathematical way, using like the position of the planets. And it's better than traditional holidays. I do not celebrate traditional holidays because they kind of celebrate sin, which is a topic that we could get into, but the Wheel of the Year holidays over traditional holidays, we're going to go over what we're going to do for Yule. I'm going to show you what I'm doing for Yule. And we're I'll show you then. Okay, I'm not going to give you too much right now, but I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back later with another update. Thank you. Bye.